The channel is currently sponsored by the author Greg Palmer, who is promoting his new novel, Infinity. More on that later. Hello everyone and welcome to Mr. Freebooter's channel. I'll be hosting on his behalf for the time being while he sweats out a gigantic hangover and works out which planet he is now on. Today, we are going to talk about the popular science fiction series called The Expanse. It's a science fiction series that premiered in 2015 and is based on the series of novels of the same name by James Corey. The series is set in the 24th century and follows a group of characters as they navigate the political and social tensions between Earth, Mars, and the asteroid belt. Mr. Freebooter told me that he fell asleep while watching this series out of pure boredom, he said. And it was only frustration and rage that woke him up again. He told me the detective plot lines were generic and just plain filler to pad things out, and the producers should be exiled to the island of Rockall in the North Sea to spare us from any more of their garbage. But after I insisted he was wrong, he continued to watch the series, and now he is an avid fan. It's always important to let a series find its feet and watch the first 5 episodes before judging it. Stick around until the end so you can learn about the new science fiction novel by Greg Palmer, which is called Infinity. It's a great read and there is no padding in the plot. It's pure energy. Anyway, on with the review. The first season of The Expanse introduces the major players in the series and establishes the main conflicts that will drive the story. We meet the crew of the Rocinante, a ship that becomes embroiled in a larger conspiracy involving the governments of Earth and Mars and the Belters, the people who live and work in the asteroid belt. The season sets up the power struggles between the various factions and the growing tensions between Earth and Mars. The second season of the series expands on the themes and conflicts introduced in the first season. The Rocinante crew becomes more deeply involved in the larger conspiracy and uncovers a sinister plot that threatens the entire solar system. Meanwhile, the tensions between Earth and Mars continue to escalate, and the Belters become increasingly restless and militant. The third season of the series sees the characters facing a new threat, the protomolecule, an alien substance that has the ability to reprogram living organisms. The season explores the impact of the protomolecule on the people and societies of the solar system and the ethical and moral questions that arise as a result. The season also delves deeper into the characters' backstories and personal struggles. The fourth season of the series sees the characters traveling to a new planet in search of a new home for humanity. However, they soon discover that the planet is already inhabited by a native species, and they must navigate the complex ethical and moral questions that arise as they try to coexist with the new inhabitants. The fifth season of the series explores the aftermath of the events of the previous season and sees the characters facing new challenges and conflicts. The season delves deeper into the characters' personal lives and relationships and explores themes of trauma, grief, and redemption. Overall, The Expanse is a well-crafted and engaging series that combines high-stakes political intrigue with compelling character development. The series does an excellent job of exploring the complex social, economic, and political dynamics of a future society, and it challenges viewers to think critically about the issues facing humanity. The characters are well-rounded and nuanced, and their personal struggles and relationships are just as engaging as the larger conflicts that drive the plot. One of the strengths of The Expanse is its attention to detail and its commitment to scientific accuracy. The series takes pains to depict space travel and exploration realistically, and the technology and physics of the series are grounded in real-world science. This attention to detail adds to the overall realism and credibility of the series and helps to immerse viewers in the world of the story. The most recent season of The Expanse, Season 5, was generally well received by fans and critics. However, some viewers felt that the season suffered from pacing issues and that some of the plot lines felt rushed or underdeveloped. Despite these minor criticisms, The Expanse remains one of the strongest science fiction series on television and a must-watch for fans of the genre. While The Expanse has been generally well received by both fans and critics, there have been some criticisms of the series. One criticism that has been leveled against the series is that it relies too heavily on detective story tropes and conventions. Some viewers have argued that the series is essentially a retread of classic detective stories, but set in space. This criticism is not entirely unfounded. The series does feature a number of detective story elements, including a focus on conspiracy, political intrigue, and the search for truth and justice. The show also often features characters who are trying to uncover secrets and expose corruption, which are common themes in detective fiction. However, it is important to note that The Expanse does more than simply transplant these elements to a science fiction setting. The show uses these elements as a framework to explore larger themes and issues, such as the impact of colonization on indigenous peoples, the struggle for power and resources in a post-scarcity society, and the ethical and moral dilemmas that arise in the face of new technology and scientific discovery. Another criticism that has been leveled against The Expanse is that the pacing of the show can sometimes be slow or meandering. While the show is known for its attention to detail and scientific accuracy, some viewers have felt that this focus on realism can sometimes come at the expense of pacing and excitement. Additionally, some fans have criticized the show's handling of certain characters or plot lines. For example, some viewers were disappointed with the way the series resolved the story arc of Naomi Nagata, a fan-favorite character who is a Belter engineer and former member of the OPAA. Others have criticized the way the series has handled the character of Drummer, another Belter character who was introduced in the later seasons of the show. Despite these criticisms, The Expanse remains a critically acclaimed and popular science fiction series. The show has been praised for its strong writing, engaging characters, and attention to detail, and it has won multiple awards for its production values and storytelling. While the show may not be perfect, it is a strong entry in the science fiction genre and is well worth watching for fans of the genre. So that was the review, and we hope you enjoyed the journey. Now let me tell you about Greg Palmer's new science fiction novel, Infinity. It's set in Italy, UK, Israel, and Saudi Arabia. Most of the action happens during the many dynasties of the Egyptian pharaohs. A university historian is forced to plunder high-value treasures of the past using a billionaire's secret prototype, time-tunneling technology, and he must battle a psychopath back in deep time. Technological screw-ups and the universe itself. Edward Henson is at the peak of his academic career when he and his wife Katie are left critically injured by a car crash during a blizzard. A mysterious figure appears at the historian's hospital bedside and offers him a Faustian bargain: full health, aided by cutting-edge chip implants, upgrading his brain with all the knowledge of mankind, or death. But if Henson accepts the deal, He must break with all of his academic ethics and travel back in time to steal the treasures of the past for his rich patron, Dominic LeBlanc's, a man who has almost everything money could ever buy. Meanwhile, Katie Henson is the millionaire's spare, but she escapes her patron's control and has plans of her own. Infinity is a fast-moving tale of love, betrayal, loss, and revenge, grounded on the latest academic research on the nature of space-time and time travel. Treat yourself to a fascinating light read which will remain with you long after you have finished the last chapter. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you care to. And please click the link in the description or the comments below to take a look at the novel on Amazon. Well, that's it for now, and we hope you'll come and visit us again soon.